Bring us up to speed on what you think is happening, because there was a lot of talk about when Donald Trump finally leaves office, will these things all come home to roost? Tell me what you believe is happening with the Manhattan District Attorney.
So, Ali, it's funny that you said John Dean said that he was on the witness side of the equation. And
Right.
when he hears about somebody meeting with prosecutors so many times, it's an indication that they're probably moving toward indictment and trial. I was on the prosecution side of that same equation for 30 years. And I can tell you, when I was handling cases that would take me a week or 2 or 3 to try, I might meet with a witness 2-3 times to prepare him or her for trial. But then when I was in big RICO trials, I was in trial once in front of Judge Royce Lamberth in D.C. for 6 months. It was quite a marathon. That's when I would find myself meeting with significant witnesses, including cooperators, 6, 7, 8, 10 times. It starts to look like that's what's going on with Michael Cohen. And the other thing, Ali, is, as you mentioned, there have been millions of pages of financial documents, tax records, and accounting records from Mazars, Donald Trump's accounting firm. And I found an interesting nugget in this evening's reporting when they said that Michael Cohen's 7th interview was a virtual interview. It was a teleconference. But then for the 8th interview, they said, we really need you to come down in person. The first thing I thought of is they need help having him plow through probably hundreds or thousands of documents, because he knows where some of the financial bodies are buried. And it's a lot easier to sit down with a witness like Michael Cohen and plow through all that paperwork in person rather than trying to do it virtually.
And there's another person whose attention they seem to be focused on. In some great reporting from the Washington Post tonight, David Fahrenthold, Jonathan O'Connell, Shana Jacobs, and Tom Hamburger are writing that the Manhattan District Attorney is probing the extent of Allen Weisselberg's loyalty to Donald Trump and scrutinizing a Trump-owned apartment once occupied by Weisselberg's son, according to people familiar with the investigation. The questioning is now led by a former mob prosecutor, and one person familiar with the investigation said it's aimed at flipping Weisselberg, attempting to turn one of Trump's longest-serving and most important aides into a witness against him. And Glenn, he's not just a long-serving aide. He also worked for Donald Trump's father, but he's the money guy. He's the accountant.
Yeah, and if anybody is important in a large-scale financial fraud investigation, it is the accountant. So, and when you see reporting about the fact that Weisselberg's children, his sons, were involved in some of the Trump businesses and in some of the banking endeavors of Donald Trump, you can see how they're going to want to cast a wide net. And it is not unusual, Ali, if somebody like Weisselberg is a really sought after potential cooperating witness and his sons may have some criminal exposure. It's not unusual for prosecutors to perhaps deal away prosecutions of the sons in order to pressure the father to come on board. So as we say, pressure bursts pipes, and it looks like they might be trying to pressure Weisselberg in every way they can.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you very much.
Thank all of you out there.
Thank you as always.
Thanks to at home.
Thanks for watching. Thank you so much for letting us into your homes during these extraordinary times.